Hey guys, our next triangle center is called the in-center. The in-center is the point where the angle bisectors of a triangle meet. This guy is called the in-center because what's going to happen is we're going to get to draw a circle that fits entirely inside of our triangles. Alright, so let's take a look. You guys are going to have to pick one angle to start from since we're going to be drawing angle bisectors this time. I'm going to go ahead and start from my top left angle. Oh, let's call it the green angle. So I'm going to put a green point right there just to remind myself that's where I'm starting. All right, and you're going to have to review just a little bit how to do an angle bisector. So if you want to watch this one time through before you actually start to do it on your paper, go right ahead. And remember, you can always rewind and watch it again. So let's go ahead and do an angle bisector. The first thing I'm going to do is grab my compass. And if you remember from angle bisectors, I just want to do a starter arc to start off with. It doesn't really matter how big it is. It doesn't need to be huge. He's just going to be a bit of a starter arc. He's just going to give me a starting point. And so with my starter arc, I'm just going to make my little arc right here. And then remember, my starter arc is actually giving me my two new starting points. I will go ahead and make those red. So I've got one new starting point right here, and another new starting point right here. I think this will come back to you pretty quickly. Once I have my two new starting points, I'm going to do my two arcs out here in the middle. Sometimes we call those the whiskers. And then that's going to show me where to draw my angle bisector. Let's go back to green. Alright, so I'm going to go to my new starting point. And again, it does not matter how wide apart these guys are, how big your new arc is, but just remember that you have to use the same arc both times. So I'm going to do one arc here. I would call these guys the whiskers. Come over here, do the other arc here. And then it's the intersection of those arcs that we're looking for our angle bisector. Don't forget to actually draw the line because the line is my angle bisector. So we're going to draw the green line, starting from here and going right through the intersection. I'm going to make my line big enough because I'm not exactly sure where my other lines are going to end up. So that is the angle bisector of one of my angles. Because the in-center is where the angle bisectors meet, I'm going to need two of them. So I'm going to pick another angle and I'm going to do this again. It doesn't matter which angle you choose. I'm going to go ahead and choose the obtuse angle down there on the bottom. And I'm going to make him blue. So blue angle. This time I'm going to find the angle bisector of the blue angle. So once again, I'm going to make a starter arc. And that starter arc is giving me my two new starting points. That's why we call them the starter arc. So I have a new starting point here and a new starting point here. And from those two starting points, I'm going to make the whiskers. Doesn't really matter how big they are as long as they're past halfway. And then the intersection of my two new arcs is where my angle bisector is. So it's that intersection right there. Again, don't forget to draw the line because that is the angle bisector. Right here. And I know he's a little messy there in the middle, But remember, it's the intersection of the blue line and the green line that are going to give me my in-center. And my in-center definitely needs to be inside my triangle because he's the in-center. So go right here. That red dot then is going to represent our in-center because it's the intersection of the blue line and the green line, the intersection of two angle bisectors. Again, if I went ahead and did my third angle bisector, his line would also intersect right there. All three of them are concurrent and they will all meet at the same point. The cool thing about an inscribed, an in-center, is that he's going to give me a circle that is inscribed, that's written inside my triangle. So once again, I can find a circle, and as long as I start my circle at that red dot right here in the middle, that means that I can draw a circle. Ooh, and it's not quite perfect, but he will fit right inside my triangle. I'm a little bit off just because my angles are not perfect, but I would be able to draw a circle that would fit right here inside my triangle. And that's the in-center. He's the point where two of the angle bisectors of the triangle meet. Go ahead and take a few minutes and try this on your other two triangles. I don't expect that you'll be 100% perfect every time because we do have some human error in there, but I should definitely be able to see that you have two angle bisectors and you're finding the point where they meet. Once you're done, you can go ahead and click on the next video clip.